Hey, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Heading back to the eBay office. I know we sold a few things overnight. Today we're going to look and see what those are and walk you through the packaging process a little bit, how we do that, and maybe even talk about how we keep the store fresh and update some things. So, be right back. Another great day at BSonex. Early morning, just logging in to see what happened while we were nodding off last night. Looks like eBay's prompting me to make an offer on a listing, so let's take a look at that. Sure, we can do that. Let's do 20% off.
Add.
There we go.
20%.
So we sent that out, and I think there's some orders to take care of. Popping down here to take a look. We got an Elvis CD that sold for $5 plus shipping. We got a 1946 to 1964 silver coin set, silver dime collection. Total of 48 coins.
Got some coffee.
That sold for $119 plus shipping. And what else we got here? Oh, looks like we got a couple cassettes. Heart, Bad Animals, and Dreamboat Annie. Both albums on cassette. People still listen to cassettes. They really do. Those sold for $8 plus shipping. Those are the three items we're going to get boxed up and out of here this morning.
Let's go hunt.
Okay, so the first one on our hit parade this morning, Elvis, Endless Encore, 2 audio CD set. That would be SKU number 40. So over here in the big pack CDs, 38 through 55, that would put number 40 in this box. So we are going to dig in here, and that was 40. Oh, look at that! Look how easy that was to find this morning. Put that on the bench to pack and close that back up. And then next on our hit parade, silver dime coin collection. That'd be in the vault. Stand by.
The secret vault.
Silver dime coin collection. And Heart, Bad Animals, Dreamboat Annie, 2 audio cassettes. Says it's in bin B 26. I got to go to the catacombs for bin B. It's out here. Stand by. I'm going in.
Creepy, cobweb-filled catacombs.
Bin B 26. Heart. So we're good on them. All right. So those are the 3 things we've got to pack up today. If you noticed on the last video, this room was a mess, and technically it's still a mess today. So I gotta clean off some space here and put things where they belong, throw things in the trash, sweep the floor. A whole bunch of stuff needs to be done today. I don't know if I'm gonna get to it all today, because gotta get to the real gig today. Trying to get this done before that starts. That's my test kit. Put that back down there. We're going to set up shop here, and I'll walk you through packing on a few of these things.
What am I doing? I'm cleaning up this pigsty for you.
Okay, so the first thing we need to do is print out some pack slips. So what we're going to do is go here and get print packing slip and more on these 3 items. Oh, first of all, you see how I clicked the box up here at the top next to actions, and that gets all of them selected at the same time, which is pretty cool. Click on shipping, go to print pack slip and more. Brings up this wonderful document, as you see. I'm trying real hard not to show you any personal information for these guys. I hit print. It will bring up a bigger print screen for us. We select our printer, which in this case is this big Canon over here. It's a Canon printer. There you go. And then we hit print down here in the bottom of bottom corner. Just like that. So I hit print, and there comes the pack slips, all 3 of them. So, pack slips are done. They're ready to rock and roll. There are 3 of them here, and we'll just take them in the order that they printed out. And the first one is Elvis, which we got right here. So, Elvis, see, we go ahead and package them up. We've got it numbered. That's how I was able to find it, my special SKU before. So, anyway, it was easy to find. You saw I walked right to it and pulled it right out. So, like to seal them up in the cellophane. We leave them undone just so we can double check them before they go out again. We have so many CDs that we deal with on a regular basis that, and we QC everything. We make sure everything's good. I was reaching down for this box. But we like to leave the cellophane open after we put them in there, just so we can double check it again before it gets shipped out. So, special box just for CDs. We put it in the center of it like that. We like to send thank you cards out to everybody, so we have a little thank you card that we put in every one of our shipments. And that was the last one of my smiley faces, so I'm going to have to get another roll of those. We attach that to the cellophane. We take that pack slip that we just saw, so everybody knows what was inside. And you'll note, we also give people a little extra something.
Nothing? I got a little something.
35% off your next order with us. And that's, I think, on everything in the store. So hold on to that, because I think that offer is good through the end of the year. And sometimes we have some pretty high-priced items out there that you might want to get your hands on for 35% less. So we don't typically put restrictions on that. So this box just folds up like this, which makes life real easy. Kind of takes some large hands to do it, and Debbie has a little issue with that on occasion. In fact, this box and the album box and the 45 box, so I guess all the music boxes except for the cassettes, are not her favorite, because it does require folding and inserting in the slots, and you see I'm wrestling with it this morning. I'm fighting it today. But we got it together. It's in there, making sure all the sides are folded correctly, because once it gets together, it's pretty tight. And it's going to hold together really well. Next step is to tape this thing closed, so we'll do that. Get that taped closed. And I like to use 3 pieces of tape on it, just because it's, again, I'm holding the thing closed while I'm putting it together, and it just makes it a lot easier to get it all done. At least for me. Alright, that is a CD packaged. Next step is weigh it and get a shipping label on it. So let me walk you through that real quick, and then we'll do packaging on these other items. Alright, bring you back over to the scale. We'll power that on. You can see it's already set up for pounds and ounces. And we toss this up here. Now, typically these run about 5 to 6 ounces, and look at that, right at 6. Double check our measurement on it. Usually they're 761, so you can see that's just over 6 inches, and the post office likes you to round up, so we'll call that 7. And that's just a hair over 5, if I recall correctly. Yep. So we'll call that 6. And this is less than an inch, so we'll call that 1. Because you round up with the Postal Service.
Hey kids! Round up time!
So we pump all that information into back into eBay for postal shipping. We typically ship United States Postal Service ground. So 5 ounces, 7 inches, 6 by 1, and we hit the old print button, and that should take us right to here. Just like that. Alright, so the next item on our list this morning was, I think the dime is where the next pack list that we had. So, again, already in cellophane. We do that to protect them from getting dust on them, things like that, after we cleaned them already and put them on the shelf once we got them listed. So, it's still in its protective packaging. It is a hardcover book filled with dimes, all silver, pre-1964. So, when we deal with books, the rigid books, it really depends on the book on how we ship it. Some of them go in boxes if they're big and bulky, and they're old and want to be protected. Something like this, of this nature, it's not in danger of being broken. It is, however, subject, if we put it in a poly bag, to getting punctured or scratched or something like that. So what we typically will do, and right now I just tore off a piece of bubble wrap to see if it's the right size, because I was trying to, and it's not, because my eyes were deceiving me. So we'll tear off 2 pieces of bubble wrap. So what I want to do is wrap this one in bubble. We do have bubble poly bags, but not this size. So we're just going to wrap this guy up like this for some extra protection. And then what we'll do is we'll put it in a standard poly bag for shipment. Again, it's not in danger of being broken. Coins are protected inside the book, and the book is protected now by a nice protective layer of bubble. So with that, we'll put it in this poly bag. Like this. And let's not forget our little thank you note, which I like to put on everything. Remember that guy. And, oh, by the way, I did pick up some more smiley faces. I need to order some more of these, because I think this is my last. This is our last roll.
Zoom up with that.
There we go. Now I can actually get to it and peel one off. And we will put that smiley face on there. Whenever I see your smiling face.
Who sings that song? James Taylor.
And put the pack slip in. Get that guy in there as well. Make sure it's a snug fit all the way down, which it feels like it's going to be. There we go. Just like that. Give this guy a fold over. Like that. And we will seal it up. We are all sealed. Now, the other thing I like to do when I fold poly bags like this, you see it creates a little pocket right there. So the trick with that, because I've had this happen before, the U.S. Postal Service uses sorting machines. They automate things as much as anybody can. And sometimes little pockets like that will cause problems in their sorting machines. We had a package that went through the Atlanta Postal. It was just a transfer spot. There was a hub in Atlanta that it went through. And it got lost for a week because it got caught in the machine, apparently, is what we heard back from the post office. And they don't clean the machines that often. So when it gets down in the parts of the machine, it just will stay there until they get around to cleaning the machines again. So anyway, that's all sealed up. We will weigh that. It weighs in at 9 ounces. And we'll get a weight on it. I mean, get a measurement, rather, on it. It's 9.5, so that's 10. That's 7. And that's 2. 10, 7, 2. We'll get a label made. And oh, hey, by the way, we usually don't buy extra insurance because when we ship United States Postal Service ground, it puts $100 worth of insurance on the item we're shipping. And in most cases, our items that we are shipping are under $100. But like in this particular case, the value of this is well over $100. So we did buy the extra insurance on this in case it does get lost somewhere in the mix. In any case, label's done, ready to go on. Shipping ground advantage. There we go. Ground advantage.
Andy, I'll take him to the post office.
And last but not least is Heart. Dreamboat Annie and Bad Animal. We wrap these in cellophane. We've got a big cellophane wrapper that for cassettes, or any real item like cassettes, CDs, things like that, if we're selling them in a bulk lot, we keep track of them this way. We put them together with cellophane before we seal them up. You see it's got a number on it. It was in, bin B, I think, number 26. So that's how it was easy to find. All of our bins are stacked. So I didn't show you that, but there's not much to see other than bins with lids on them, stacked with letters. So that's pretty much the extent of that. This guy, sometimes we'll take him out of the cellophane, sometimes we won't. In this particular case, I think I'm going to leave it in because they're held together really well, and we'll let the buyer take that apart. I know those cassettes are good, and they haven't come out of that since. So they are really. By the way, this is going to go into a. I think it's a 2x4 by I don't know, 6-inch box. So we'll put that in like that. Put this guy in like this. And again, this is hard plastic, right? So it's not glass. It's not really in danger of being broken inside the box. So wrapping this again in bubble pack is, sometimes we will just to save space, but this is already, as you see, taking up a lot of the inside of that box. So what I'm going to do with this one is...
5 minutes later.
Put some paper in it. So what I'm going to do with this one is put some paper in it. I had to go to the other end of the room and get some packing paper. And I'll cut that in half. That's my official paper cutting tool. Put this down inside like this. Push the paper around the edges to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. And it is solid in there now. Take one of our little thank you cards and put that inside on top of the cassette. Our little smiley face. And let's pack up this packing slip. And this is going to Des Moines, Iowa. The last the coins went to Florida. And where'd the other one go? Oh my gosh, that CD, that Elvis CD is going overseas. I didn't look at the exact country, but it is going to the eBay's overseas sorting facility in Glendale Heights, Illinois. So it's going out of the country. We ship, it seems like we ship a lot of things outside the U.S. A lot of it tends to be music, but it's other things as well. I've almost packed that too tight. Ah, there we go. It is in there. It's not going anywhere, protected by all that paper and ready to go. So, got the paper closed. Just like that. And I probably use too much tape on this stuff, but I really want to make sure it gets there without getting opened. So let me just make sure that lid is totally done. This one weighs in at 7 ounces, and that's right at 6, right at 4. All right, so it's 643 because it's about 2 3/4. All right, 643 at 6 ounces. Yeah, it's called 7 ounces. Let's get a label. Labels going on. Ready to go to the post office. Well, you just missed Debbie again. She really does exist. She really does. But she darted in here. I was on the phone, and she grabbed packages, and she ran off to the post office. So you missed her, at least today. And I got to get back to the real gig because it's about ready to start. It's working time. So I'm going to go do that. Hey, so got a little break in the action, lunchtime, and I've got a few minutes, probably more like 20 minutes. One of the things I like to do during the day if I get some free time, and I can do this at night after my regular work hours or in the morning if there's time after I do some packing. But today I'm doing a lunchtime. If I don't have anything to list, what I like to do is go back into my inventory within eBay. And gosh, I tell you, this works more often than it doesn't work. I go to my oldest listings. I delist I take those items out of service, right? Basically in the sale, right? And then I go back in to each of those listings, and I relist them. I change the title, and I relist them as new items. So I change the title, I change the description. If I'm able to, I'll change the photographs a little bit on them. And just having a fresh listing and having that activity within eBay, a lot of times those items will start selling again. It also is, I put it, it's kind of like going into a brick and mortar store and dusting the shelves and moving things around, right? Moving things back out to the front. In my mind, that's how it's working. And customers come in, they see it, they see, wow, that's bright and shiny sitting up front. And it sells, it gets activity. There's something, I think, and I've seen debates on this in the past, right? That there's something to the eBay algorithm that's causing that. Is that proven? I don't think anybody's ever proven that. But I gotta tell you, it works. So it makes me think it's true. So there is some kind of magic that goes on behind the scenes, and I'm sure it's not human intervention. I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the way the programs are written. But in any case, I take about 10 items, sometimes as many as 20 items. I'll delist them and just go back in, tweak them, rework the titles, rework the description, rework the photos, and put them back in as new items. It doesn't take that long to do 10 items. Usually it takes me 15, 20 minutes. I get changing the description can be a little daunting sometimes because you wrote a good description the last time. But typically what I do is I'll pull up ChatGPT and lean on it a little bit. So if I put in, if you put good data into ChatGPT, you're going to get good data back. And so that's what I do. Of course, you got to proofread it. Just make sure that, that algorithm didn't mess up somewhere. But, letting computers be our friend, right? Let AI work for us. So I'll walk you through a little bit of that. All right, so what we want to do is I usually start from my Manage Active Listings page. And then what I'll do is come over here to Start Date right there and click on that. And that will then reverse the order of my listings. Because typically, when you get to that page, your listings are newest to oldest. So the oldest pop up. And when we look at that, it is, for me, it looks like some old CDs are in the mix. So we click on, I'm going to click on 10 of these. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to end them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then up here under Actions, we're going to end the listings. So we click on Actions and go to End Listings. And this pop-up comes up. It says, are you sure you want to do that? Yeah, we want to do that. We're going to end them. It's a mix of albums, CDs, and it looks like cassettes. It's all music that I just killed. And then back over on this side of the screen, it's going to take me back to the listings. I typically, so I don't forget, move my start date back to its original state. It also allows me to come back in and check. Oh, that's the big money call. I'll gotta put you on hold.
Over here.
Phone call. Phone call.
And I'm back. Interrupted by a phone call, but there we go. So where were we? We were talking about. We just resorted this. We're going to go look at those ended items now, the ones that I just killed, which are right here. And you see, what you don't want to do is hit this relist button, because I think that doesn't affect the algorithm the same way. What you really want to do is go to sell similar, right? And that's going to bring up the item as soon as the internet works with us. And you know, the internet is our friend. And there it is. What I typically do is scroll down to the area where the description is. I copy the existing description, and then I hop over to ChatGPT, and we put the description in. And basically ask ChatGPT to rewrite it. And it does it pretty quick. Look at that. Typing it right out for me. We then take that new title from ChatGPT, we go back into the relisted item, and we replace what's there with what ChatGPT suggested. We then go back down here to the description, and what I'll do is delete what's in there. So basically, don't hit paste, you hit delete. Delete what's in there. Hop back over to ChatGPT and take the whole description that they gave us. You want to proofread it again, just to make sure that ChatGPT is not telling you any lies. Hop back over. We paste that into the description area. I like to look to see if eBay is suggesting the right rate, and typically they're not too far off. I was at $4 on it. They're saying $4.79. So with free shipping on 20% of them, we'll leave it at $4, and everything else is staying the same. I don't think there's much to change on the imagery of this. I think the lead image that we have on it is good. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, let's swap it up a little bit and do this and change the order just a little bit. I think that is good. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we go back down and we list this item, just like you normally would with anything else. And there it goes. It is now listed. It's that simple. And we do that, 9 more times, because I delisted 10 items. So going back in and doing that, so delisting it and then going back in and creating a new listing off that old listing, it gives you the opportunity to do a couple things. I mean, obviously, like I said before, it's giving you a chance to refresh your store, but it also gives you the chance to review the item, make sure that it's priced correctly. So it kind of forces you to go back and look at that old listing, make sure that it's still priced where it's supposed to be. And in some cases, what I've discovered, I'm either lowering the price or I'm raising the price on the item. Because again, it requires me to go back and look at it and do a little additional research on it a little bit, right? So, eBay likes to tell you what the average sale price is on an item, if it knows what it is, and that gives you the opportunity to look at that average sale price against what you're selling it for. If things are really out of line, like for example, if I've got it listed at $6 and it's saying the average sales price is $20 on it, well, that's caused the stop, right? And then I'll go and research it again to make sure that eBay's telling me the right number. Just like you got to double check that ChatGPT thing if you're having it rewrite your description, right? And just so you know, ChatGPT, it's garbage in, garbage out, right? So if you're putting in bad information, it's going to write you a bad description. So you're still required to do that initial. What I typically do is I open up a Word document on the side when I'm writing my descriptions. And I'll do research on an item. I'll write it out in Word first to make sure that I've got all my facts straight. And then a lot of times I'll either write the description myself on the first time I list it, or if I don't like where my writing is going, I'll pop it into ChatGPT. The goal is not to spend too much time on it. I know that just by my saying that I'm writing a description, I'm spending more time than the average eBayer. I mean, I buy stuff on eBay all the time. I look at the descriptions written, and sometimes there's no description at all, at least not one worth speaking of. I'd like to provide more information than that. And I think providing that additional information helps with increased sales. I think people like to know what it is they're buying. I mean, you can look at pictures and see a title, and I mean, I get that, and that's what a lot of people are only putting on a lot of their listings. We like to take it a little step further. It solves problems down the road. I think if somebody buys something that they get it, and it's like, this isn't what I was expecting. This way you can write details on the quality of the item. You can write, whether you've tested it or not. Maybe give it a little history on the item as part of your research. I just think that's nice to provide that to the buyer. But anyway, use ChatGPT. AI can be your friend, but also don't put 100% of trust in that either. You gotta check everything you do. But anyway, 10 items wrapped up. Took hardly any time at all. Now I'm gonna go eat lunch.
Lunch break, lunch break, lunch break.
Hey, so today was a solid work day. Got in early, packaged up 3 items. Did a little work on the eBay store at lunchtime, but for the most part, it was a solid day. Just, working on the real gig. So, I hope it was a little bit informative. I know that I've looked before on how to do some things as far as keeping the eBay store fresh, and I've always searched around a little bit for packaging. I'll try to do some more of those in future videos, just as things cross my mind, and I think, oh yeah, I should have thought of that. But in any case, end of the day, and Debbie and I are going to go do something this evening. We're going to help somebody out with some moving of some things. So I got to hook the trailer up to the Jeep and do some hauling tonight. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks.